Hey guys!
Welcome
to the Mal and Joe Show.
I'm Mallory Griffith.
I'm Joe Romero, and this is our first episode of the Mal and Joe Show.
Yep, so we are both two Fort Worth realtors. We work at Williams True, and we're both from the Hill Country in Central Texas.
But I like to consider myself a native to Fort Worth now.
Same.
Yeah. It's a great city. I love it. The energy, it's authentic Texas. I like to say it's quintessential Texas.
Oh.
Really? Yeah.
So
You know, it's the best kept secret in all of the state.
Yes. So we both call it home now, and we're exploring it together, and we thought we'd take you guys along.
So this week we're going to talk about kind of New Year's resolutions. I know everyone has one of those because it seems like that's the common theme of the first of the year. Everyone wants a New Year's resolution. So kind of what's your New Year's resolution this year?
Oh, I don't really have one.
No?
I feel like New Year's resolutions, it just seems so short-lived.
Cliche?
Yeah. But I would just say, I would set goals for myself throughout the year.
Right. Well, I think you have to set the little goals. It's like taking down the little things to accomplish the bigger things.
Yeah.
The Great Wall of China wasn't built overnight, right?
That's true. Yeah, no, I just think that, I'm pretty big on fitness, so anything fitness related. I work out. I try and work out almost every day. The weekends it gets harder, but I would say just staying fit and active and learning about myself as I go is always a goal. What about you?
I like that goal. I would ultimately, big goal of mine would be to run the Boston Marathon, but that's kind of we're far from
ambitious.
that. That's very ambitious of me. But
Wait,
one day it will happen.
do you have to train up to those? Do you have to run the Cowtown Marathon and
then you have to
score?
qualify.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it works. But I'm going to start it on more of a small level, kind of just, entry level.
Yeah.
And that's just me just going to Orange Theory Fitness. I love it because you get to row. I know some people don't like it, but I personally love it because it's high intensity.
It's so intense.
It's so intense. You lift weights, you run, you row. It's kind of like a one-stop shop. I can get my cardio in and I can get my weight training in.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. So my goal is to go 6 days a week. Right now I'm 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So 6 days a week is adding that extra day. That's a lot on the body.
Right.
But, I feel like I can get it. And ultimately, changing up my eating habits would be another goal of mine.
Yeah. That's a good habit.
And kind of getting slowly into the move, and then I can conquer the Boston
Marathon. Yeah. What are some other good places in Fort Worth if people are choosing to do
workouts,
fitness as their New Year's resolution?
I know everyone's biased and everyone probably has their own personal opinion, but I personally love Soul Space.
Okay.
And the one off Camp Bowie.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Hot yoga studio.
Hot yoga studio. And I also love Indigo Yoga. That's another one of my favorite ones.
I've never done Indigo. I've been going to Soul Space since I moved here. It was originally Sumit's, and it was on Camp Bowie. And I love it. It's hot. It is not for the faint of heart.
It is not.
It is hot.
What I do love about going to Indigo is my good friends, they're also they own into the yoga studio.
Yeah.
They got me going there, and they got me going years ago at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was I was dedicated, I was determined, and I went. And what I loved about it, I always was looking forward to the end of the class when we would be in Savasana, and they would be giving us these lavender cold ice towels.
That's what Soul Space does now, too.
They do that
now?
They do. Well, then I have to go there more often.
It's Soul Sweat. Oh my God. I'm calling it Soul Sweat.
Oh my God. You know what? They all sound the same, right?
There is a Soul Space, there really is.
They're all hot yoga, right?
Yeah.
And you're sweating,
it
feels like you're dying,
no,
and
it
all
really
of those.
And it's really good because they have a new studio. There's windows all around, and it's a really great space.
I think one of the biggest things, too, as a part of being New Year's resolutions, because we're real estate agents, and everyone looks for us for being the market expert.
Right.
So, one of the things that I would say that my New Year's resolution would be to expand more of branch out my resources.
Right.
And touring more neighborhoods. That's one of the things that we love to do, or tour neighborhoods together.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
we go look at houses that are currently on the market, not even listed by Williams True, just to see different styles of houses, what each neighborhood has to offer as far as proximity to restaurants and
Yes.
hotels if they have in-laws that come in a lot and that sort of thing. So that's something we do like to do.
We love doing that.
Yeah.
It's always fun to go check out different houses and just to see how different the neighborhoods are.
Yeah.
And kind of going from neighborhood to neighborhood and why necessarily this house may be priced over here at this
Right.
price point versus that house, why is it just down the street and it's priced at a much different price.
Right.
And I think it's always great to be knowledgeable when a client or a prospective client comes up to us and they say, tell us about the market. What do you know about that neighborhood? And I think it's
Right.
always good to be filled with knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would say that would be one of my other New Year's resolutions is to branch more out and to kind of go outside of the comfort zone of Fort Worth and
Right.
expanding my, kind of my parameters.
Yeah, I agree. I'll jump on that bandwagon.
I like it.
I
Well,
like that
well,
one.
in that case, we have to go for some more neighborhoods.
Let's do
it.
It's awesome. Well, we're going to talk all things Fort Worth during
Yes.
this vlog and kind of go through the ins and outs, the things we like, the things we don't like, and then also touch on real estate. I know next week we're going to be talking about the stock show and
We
rodeo
are.
that's coming. And since we are from the San Antonio
Stock
Hill
show and
Country
rodeo.
area, the San Antonio Rodeo was
Huge. It's a big deal.
Huge.
I know most of you Fort Worthians, or most of the Fort Worth people that live here, they do not know this about me, but I actually used to be an FFA and junior FFA. I showed pit swine, I showed steer, and most people don't know that about me. So it's kind of a fun
fact, yeah.
Because most people think, oh, he's a city boy,
Yep.
he always is put together. But I'm like, no, I know how to go to the country and,
Put my boots on.
Put my boots on, yes. So it'd be great because we get to
Yeah.
show them, what makes Fort Worth so quintessential.
Yeah.
I like to
And
say
it's
it's
so
quintessential
unique.
Texas. It's so unique, and I think some of the most authentic people live here, and just what makes it, has its charm and its character.
Yeah, and it's really cool this year because it's the last year that they're going to do the stock show and rodeo at the Will Rogers Coliseum, which is kind of a bittersweet.
That's going to make quite a few people upset.
I know.
Because they're so used
It's a
to their
nostalgia
family.
thing.
It is nostalgia.
Yeah.
And they're so used to their family boxes that
Right.
they've been getting for years and years and years.
Right.
And it'll be interesting to see how they change that with the new stadium.
Right. And we actually did take a tour of the new Dickies Arena, and it really is going to be amazing.
Pretty cool.
The way that they can shift from doing the rodeo one night to doing the basketball game, it's really going to bring so much to Fort Worth.
And they even are going to host concerts too.
They are.
George Strait is coming
He
here
is.
in November, right?
Yes, and those tickets.
Yes.
Whew.
I saw George Strait when he was at AT&T Stadium when he had his last rodeo.
He's
And
had a long
he's had a long
ride.
last rodeo. So it'll be interesting to see how the turnout will be. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
already sold out.
I'm
right?
sure it is. I haven't checked
And
it,
you have to
but
buy tickets on StubHub or something like that.
probably.
Yeah. Right?
I know when I first moved here, I was so excited for the stock show and rodeo, and then I realized, I was like, oh, well, where do I find the lineup of, concerts of people who are going to play? Because that was the big draw in San Antonio as well to see.
There's always a concert.
Yeah,
It
because
was
I
always
saw,
a concert.
Miranda Lambert,
Keith Urban was
Oh,
always
yeah.
there, Rascal Flatts,
Leonard Skinner, everyone.
Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
when she was becoming kind of up
When
and
she was
coming.
when she was still
Yes.
country.
Yes, still country.
Yeah.
Now she's kind of like
Poppy.
pop,
Yeah.
pop country.
So I was so disappointed when I heard that they didn't have really anyone playing. But honestly, I've been several times since I've lived here, and
Right.
it's a totally different feel. It's definitely a more hometown feel than a big production. It's
It
really
is.
cool.
My first experience at the rodeo was with one of my good friends here in Fort Worth, and she took me there last year, and it was kind of this grand experience of sitting in a box and going to the backstage club and all of this. So it was a pretty cool experience overall, and that's why this year I can't wait to see how they do the rodeo again.
Yeah,
That grand
absolutely.
entry is one of my favorite things to watch.
And I'm sure they're going to blow it out of the water this year because it is the last year, so
It
it's
is.
not going to be one you want to miss.
They have to do something big, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do when the new Coliseum opens. I mean,
Okay.
now that's talk about grand
Yep.
entry at,
It's going to be crazy.
no pun intended, right?
Right. So the new stadium opens next November, so we'll stay tuned to see how cool that is. And I did hear when we were there that in 2020, I think there's the basketball, the NCAA is going to be.
I think they'll be
in Fort
hosting
Worth.
here in Fort
Yep.
Worth. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they're hosting something like 10,000 or 12,000 people that can fit in the venue?
Yeah, so there are different basketball,
Events.
different events. They can hold different amount of people. So I know that it ranges. It's a lot more, but I did say whenever the collapsible
Yeah, when the
seating,
seats.
there's really not a bad seat in the house because instead of like American Airlines Center, how it goes like straight up, it goes more back, and so that way everyone really does still have a good seat.
That's excellent.
I know.
And aren't they supposed to be kind of like plush seats? Like they're comfortable, right?
I've sat in it. They're actually a lot more comfortable than the seats that we have now at Fort Rogers, which is just
I think it's just a fold-out chair.
yeah, it's
Right,
a really
from what I
old
remember.
stadium seating, so it's gonna be really nice.
But I think that's also what makes Fort Worth so unique.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like you said, it's the nostalgia that
Of it.
brings people to it, and it's not something that's new.
Right.
It's been there for so long. It's the history. It's how it was started, and I think that's just what makes it that
So
much more
unique.
fun of an
Yeah.
experience because it's like all of those details going in, or at least you would hope to do your homework on
Yeah.
it, right?
No, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, stay tuned to next week where we're going to be at the Stock Show and Rodeo, and then we have a lot of fun things
Yeah.
coming up. We're going to do market updates with a couple local lenders just to see their take on things and what interest rates are going to do. So it's not going to be all business, but it's
No.
not going to be all fun either. So
Come explore with us in the city, and also too for those of you who are urban livers out there, right? Does that
Yes,
make sense?
it
Urban
makes
livers,
sense, yep.
People that love that urban lifestyle.
Yeah.
We are going to showcase a new condo complex that's going down the street next to Target off of West 7.
Yep.
Yes, so we'll kind of show you that. We'll give you some more insight to that, and then we'll stay tuned. Till
Yep.
then.
Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.
Till next time. Thanks
Bye.
for joining us today.
I'm on top of the world.